Do you set goals and do they really work? It's a question that a friend of mine asked me the other day, and I've just written a blog post about it. So I thought I'd just record this video just to kind of share some of the thoughts that came out from our conversation. And the friend I was talking to, he's had a very successful career, and he just kind of said the last couple of years he stopped setting them. He finds that they don't really work. Um, they're a bit demotivating, particularly if you don't hit them. But what I'd encourage you to do, whether you currently set goals or not, is to think of the benefit of setting goals. And one of the things I didn't put in the blog that I wrote, which I will go back and update, was I think the whole word phrase of goal setting can often create kind of negative associations for some people. So if the word goals doesn't work for you, if goal setting as a term doesn't work for you, think of it as kind of just choosing, deciding what outcomes, what results, what plans you want to accomplish, because that's what goal setting does. It, particularly from a mindset perspective, it allows you to choose, decide, and plan what direction you're going in. Because without a plan, without a goal, you're kind of just on a journey without any real destination in mind. And there are kind of four key kind of strategies, tips that I have to help goal set and be even more effective. And one of them is just really getting clear on what you want. And I have a 3W framework that I use with my clients, which is to first of all decide where you are currently, get really clear on your current starting position, then decide what you want, and then connect to why you want it. And how that works is, if you think of your mind of being like a kind of a GPS system, we've all got this inbuilt sat nav in our mind, that if you just leave it to chance, or worse, we often are very good at thinking and talking about what we don't want. That's like programming your mind to go in that direction. And we need to know what we don't want, but we don't need to keep thinking and talking about it. So what we need to do is then get some clarity on what we actually do want. And again, if we use the driving analogy, that'd be like you choosing where you want to go. And the great thing about that, the same with goals, is that it's not set in stone. You know, you could give it a fair chance and then actually decide, I want to go somewhere else. You might arrive at your destination and then choose where you want to go afterwards. And goals are very much the same. They're not set in stone. They're not final. They're just helping you to move forward in a direction that you want to be going in for where you are at that starting point. But they're fluid, they're ever evolving, and they're ever changing. So maybe take a couple of moments to do that. Get clear on what you don't want, establish what you do want, and then the why piece is really like the emotional fuel and momentum and charge to make it happen. You know, without that, that'd be like getting in the car or getting on the plane. You've kind of spent time thinking about what you want. You've planned for it. You're prepared for it. You're looking forward to it. You're excited, but there's no fuel in the tank to actually make that journey happen. So connecting to your own unique personal motivation and why really does kind of charge that to make it happen. And the other thing that comes after that is to believe in not only the goal itself, believe it's possible, but to believe in yourself. And I have a framework which I call the believe plus action equals achieve. So you have to believe, you have to work on that belief. And if that belief bit's missing, one, have the honest conversation with yourself. Is that goal something I really want? Or it may be that there's a mindset piece that you could do with enhancing and improving. And let's be honest, belief is something that we can all do with giving a boost from time to time. In fact, I'm currently I'm just about to run a workshop to help with giving yourself a boost. So if that's something you're interested in, have a look in the comments for the link or drop me a message and I'll send you the details of that. So the believe plus action equals achieve. Believe in yourself, align your actions that are going to move you towards achieving the outcome you want, and then you can make it happen and achieve the result. And it creates that cycle, because once you achieve, once you make progress, once you make momentum, then that reinforces the belief, which then spurs you on to take even more action, which then strengthens that loop. So believe in yourself, believe in the goal, and take aligned action towards making it happen. And the other, if you like, third tip that I encourage you to do is, if we use the whole kind of journey and analogy, is to enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Often people get so fixated on the end result that when they get there, they don't feel any different, and then they kind of drop back into default settings of doing things that they've always done. Whereas establish habits and systems that are not only going to help you to achieve it, but going to help you to maintain it, and to help you to enjoy the process along the way, because there's not much fun in doing something that you're not going to enjoy. Also in the journey, it's not very often it's a straight path, so there probably will be some twists and some turns and some ups and some downs, but reframe those as learning opportunities to help you to course correct, to get back on track. And that's again why having that clarity of what you want is important, because life happens, stuff happens, setbacks occur, and if we don't have that clarity on what we want and where we're heading, then those curveballs can knock us off track, and then we find ourselves just veering off in a completely opposite direction, and then we can find ourselves looking back and wondering why we've not really made any significant progress. So focus on enjoying the journey, and also celebrate those wins along the way. That's really important, to celebrate the progress you're making, to reinforce the momentum by giving it some credit, because again, as humans, we're not very good at paying attention to the progress and what we're doing well. We're always much better at focusing on what we think we're not doing well. So to strengthen the belief, the confidence, and the momentum that we make, is to celebrate and charge up those wins as you go along. And then the other piece that's often missing when it comes to achievement and goal setting and getting the results and the life that we want is we need to ensure that the mindset is aligned with strategy. Often people know what they want to achieve, they know how to make it happen, but for some reason they come up against blocks and they get frustrated because it's not happening. And it's usually because the mind and the strategy aren't always aligned. So what I mean by that is, if there's something that you're wanting to achieve and it's not happening, ask yourself, is this a strategy problem? Is this an outer problem? Is this a lack of knowledge? Or if you've got everything in place, if you know what to do but you're not doing it, and that's typically the area that I find that I work with clients, is that they're frustrated. It almost feels like there's something stopping, there's something getting in the way, or they find themselves going back to habits that are not supporting them. And then it becomes time to look at, well, is it a head problem? Is it a mindset problem? Is it we're running into out-of-date kind of beliefs, attitudes, behavior patterns that are no longer serving us any useful purpose or benefit? Sometimes it's both, but usually most people have access to resources that will help them get the strategy bit in place. But when the strategy is there and they're not doing it, then it usually is because of a head problem that needs some work. So if that's the case for you, drop me a message. I'll leave you the link below for a workshop that I run about helping you to plan your 12 months success. It's a workshop that you can access and go through in your own time. But if I can help you personally, if you've got any questions, feel free to drop a comment. If you found any of those tips helpful, like the video, and I say, let me know in the comments if there's anything you found useful. But the action step for you is to give yourself time to think about, am I going in the direction that I want? Am I making the progress I want? Am I achieving the life and the goals that I want? If not, then maybe it's time to get some clarity and decide what it is that you want. Make sure your mind and your strategy are aligned, and then you can go make it happen. But ultimately, remember, what your mind believes you will achieve. So take action and make sure that you accomplish the things that you want, and don't just leave it to chance. And if I can be of any help, let me know, get in touch, and let me know in the comments what you found useful about this video and what action step you are going to take next. Until next time, take care.